Hey guys, I am still on the Norwegian Bliss and this is our next to last day. We just left Ketchikan and we will be cruising into Victoria, British Columbia tomorrow. But I wanted to go ahead and do this video for you guys because I was getting ready to get everything packed and just kind of show you the things that I packed versus what I actually wore. And maybe this will give you some kind of hints on how you can better pack for your Alaska cruise. So I also have a video that's what I wore while on the cruise. And so I did an outfit of the day every day for each port that we were in, plus for dinner that night. So I can link that down below for you guys. And you can check out that video as well. And then I also did a vlog on the entire cruise and the short excursions that we did and all the ports that we went to. So I just wanted to share this with you guys since, like I said, I was about to pack and I wanted to kind of show you whether I overpacked, underpacked, maybe some things I wish I had packed that I didn't, or some things that I could have just left at home. So let's just go ahead and get started with what I packed on this Alaska cruise versus what I actually wore. So I did bring one pair of dress shoes. So these are a black suede. They do have quite a bit of a heel to them, but they're super comfortable. I packed these so that it would go with all of the dresses and the pants that I had for the dining room. So I didn't want to have a bunch of heels, dress heels. I was trying to pack as minimally as I can because you are only allowed 50 pounds. And so that starts to add up when you start adding all these heavy, bulky things that you may be wearing to Alaska. So one pair of heels, and I've worn these every single night for the dining room. So these have come in handy, and I have actually worn these, but just like a regular black heel is going to be perfect to be able to mix and match with all of your dining option wear. So then I also brought these. These are like those pillow sandals. They're really nice and comfortable. I packed these because I was planning to just sit out on the balcony with these and maybe some nice woolly socks, but I never did wear these. So I did not wear these. And this was also a plan for when I went up to the top deck, the Lido deck, for maybe a hot tub, because it's not been warm enough to actually be in the pools or to actually get to see the really great water slides that they have. They have two really nice water slides on this Norwegian Bliss, but it was just way too cold for me to even go up there. So I didn't even get in the hot tub, but that was my plan, was to get into the hot tub and wear these on the way up there because you can get them wet, or to wear these out on the balcony and with some really nice warm socks, but I just never did reach for these. So I packed these, but never wore them. So next up is tennis shoes. So I did bring two pair of tennis shoes. So these are a pair of Skechers. They have that really nice memory foam. So I kind of brought two just to alternate back and forth if I did want to wear tennis shoes, if we were going to do a lot of hiking or a lot of walking around the port, then I did bring some tennis shoes. So I brought two pair. This is one of the pair. And then I also brought these from Adidas. These are the Adidas Luxe and they're in this black color. So I did also alternate between these two. So the two pair of sneakers that I brought, I did alternate between the two. Then I also brought the waterproof Aspari boots, the deck boots. These were so good at keeping any of the rain, which it did not really rain much on us. We had some really great weather, but I did wear these two of the days just because there was rain anticipated. And then one day in Ketchikan, it actually did rain on us. So these were really nice, and these have that 3M Ventilate in there. So this is really great for if your feet do get a little bit cold, then this is nice and warm for them, and plus they are completely waterproof. So for the shoes, I brought one pair of heels, which I wore every night for dining. Then I brought these, which I wore out on the ports when it was raining. And then I also brought the two sneakers that I've worn throughout the entire trip. I've been switching back and forth between those two. So I packed 5 pair of shoes, and there was only one pair, which was those pillow sandals that I did not wear while on the cruise. So I did pack a beanie just for when we were doing the glacier view. You know, sometimes it can get really cool when you're viewing beside the glaciers. So I did bring this one beanie, and it's this really soft material. I did pick this up from Walmart for like under $10 earlier in the fall season, but this is really nice for when I'm out on the balcony. When we are really moving at a fast pace, it can get a little bit windy and chilly out on the balcony. So I did bring this, even though we did not get to view the glacier because of all of the fallen icebergs and ice blocks that were around. We could not go to the glacier, so we did miss out on the glacier viewing for this cruise. But I did pack this, and I have worn it a couple of times out on the balcony. So this I did pack, and I did use it. I did not bring any gloves, so I didn't feel like I needed any of the gloves this time. The weather was just nice enough that I didn't need any at any point in time. And this I just really didn't need unless I was out on the balcony. I did not take this out in any of the ports because the weather was really nice. We were pretty blessed with the weather this time. So this is another thing that I packed that I did use a couple of occasions on the balcony. So next up, I did pack a bathing suit, and I never wore it. I actually packed this for the hot tub. I definitely knew I wouldn't be swimming because I've been on Alaska cruises before, and it was never warm enough for me to actually get in the water, but I thought I might get in the hot tub, and I have not. So we just haven't gotten a chance. So I did bring a bathing suit, but I did not wear the bathing suit. And I also have a cover up that I brought with it, and neither of those were worn. And then another accessory that I want to share with you that I did bring and I have worn are sunglasses. So I did bring 2 pairs of sunglasses. I always like to travel with at least 2, and I bring my inexpensive ones. I do have some Ray-Bans, but I did not want to bring those just in case I set them down somewhere they got crushed in luggage or anything like that. This was a 2-piece set that came from Amazon for like, I think $11. So they were really reasonably priced, a brown pair and a black pair, and I have alternated between the 2 of these during every port. Even if it is an overcast day, I still wear sunglasses, so definitely sunglasses. Both of these I have worn. Next up, I want to share with you the bags that I brought with me, the handbags. So I actually did not tell you all on my outfits of the day on what I wore. I did not actually have the handbags included with that, which I look back now and thought I really definitely should have, but you'll know what I carried and what I actually used with this video. So this is a crossbody in this really neutral taupe color, so I thought this was perfect. I actually put this in my carry-on because without it being full, even if it is full, it's really nice and compact to be able to put in your carry-on luggage. So I did put this in my carry-on for the flight over, and this is the bag that I've been carrying on the ship if I want to go out and about on the ship. This is the one that I've been carrying. So a really nice small crossbody is what I packed, brought it in a neutral color just so it would be able to match all of my different outfits. And then the next handbag that I brought was this one right here. It's a nice clutch. I carried this every day to the dining hall. This came in really handy. It's a flap over, and then I just put my phone in there, and then you can actually unzip it right here, and it goes all the way down to the bottom. You can throw some things in there if you want to, but this was really nice. It's almost made out of that pebble leather. I got this from Amazon. It was a really reasonable price, but I got it in the black, brought it and packed it in the black so that way that it could go with all of my different dresses and my outfits for the dining room. So this one I did carry every day to the dining room. And then another bag that I brought was this Packable Backpack. I love these because they pack within themselves and they're really nice and squishy, and they can just go in your carry-on or your suitcase, and they don't take up much room and they don't weigh hardly anything, but they're really nice when you actually open them up because they have padded back straps, and they also have all these pockets on the front that you can easily put stuff that you need, and then just this big open area, grab handle, really nice and comfortable. It even has a trolley sleeve, but this I carried out every day at port for the short excursions and we were out and about at port. And then the last bag that I brought was this coupe. It is a great belt bag. It fits my phone in the front, and then any of the short excursion tickets, hand sanitizer, and some ibuprofen fit in the back of this with my key card and my photo ID that you needed to get back on the ship. This was perfect for the short excursions as well. So I would have the backpack, but then I also had this. Again, brought it in a navy, so it was a really neutral color so that it would go with all of my different outfits. So this was definitely used every day as well, because if I didn't use the crossbody, then I would use this when I was out and about at the ships. When we would go to the shows at night, then I would also carry this just so I could have my phone and some essentials with me. So this one was also used very much. So I did bring 4 bags, and I carried every single bag that I had. So next up, I brought a sweatshirt. This is a sweatshirt from Abercrombie, and it was really nice and comfortable. And then I also brought a pair of sweatpants. This is the outfit that I wore for embarkation just because we had stayed the night over at Seattle the night before, and then as we were walking down, we had to walk about a half a mile down to the cruise port, and so this is what I chose to wear because I knew Seattle was a little bit warmer, but then I knew once we got on the ship and started moving north that it was going to get a little bit cooler, so this is what I chose to wear while we were out and about at the ship before our luggage came. So I also brought 2 pair of leggings. So I brought these right here, which are really nice and fleeced lined, so they were going to be really nice and warm. I packed these to be able to wear underneath some of my jeans if it was going to be really cool in port. Then I also brought these gray ones. These came from Walmart, and they are a thinner material, so these were definitely some that I wore underneath my jeans. So the very first day when we were in Sitka, it was a little bit cool, so I did put these on under my jeans for a little bit more warmth. And then I also wore these on sea day around the ship, just for this and a cow neck sweater and a vest, and that was just a really cute look, and that was just what I chose to wear all around the ship. So I did bring 2 pairs of leggings. This pair of leggings I did wear in Sitka under some clothes, and then I also wore it around the ship. These brown ones that are fleece lined, I have not worn those. I could have gotten away with just bringing 1 pair of leggings, but I did bring 2 pair. One I wore, the other are going to just get packed up there as clean. And so the next up, I brought this really nice Sherpa, so soft, so warm. I brought this, it's just kind of an open front and it does have these pockets. I brought this mainly to kind of wear out on the balcony. If it got cool on the balcony, I would just put this over any of my clothes, and so I did wear this every time that I went on the balcony, I would put this on just for a little bit more warmth out there because it's really nice and cozy. And any of these clothes that I mentioned, I will put the links down below if they're still available. I will definitely put that in the description box for you guys. If y'all are planning an Alaska cruise and you see some things that you might like, I will have links for everything that is still available in the description box. But this was so nice and warm and fuzzy, and this definitely got used out on the balcony because sometimes that balcony could get really, really cool. And then I also brought this jacket. So this is a really nice shiny jacket. It looks like a trench. So in the back you can see this little flap, and then it has this buckle detail. So this, and it has a little peplum design on the back of this. So this came from White House Black Market. And then I did bring this and pack this because I wanted to be able to wear this over my dresses for the dining room. So I did wear dresses some during the dining, and they're sleeveless. So I brought this just to be able to dress it up over the dresses that I brought for in the dining room, because sometimes it can get cool in the dining room as well. So this I brought, and I wore it with every dress that I had. So this was definitely used and was really nice to have because it made it dressy. And I almost forgot, I should have showed this to you with the leggings, but I did bring my Spanx leggings as well. They are the moto style because I wore this with a sweater and some heels one day for the dining room. So I did bring another pair of leggings. These were the Spanx leggings, and I did also wear these as well. So next up, I brought some really comfortable and warm quarter zip pullovers. So this one right here is that fleece material. It's from Patagonia. I wore this one of the days on port with a t-shirt underneath it just for a layering piece, and this really kept me nice and warm. And then I also brought this black one as well. It's a quarter zip. I think it's from J. Crew. Yeah, it's from J. Crew. This was nice and comfortable as well. And then this one has actual kangaroo pockets in the front, or actually 2 pockets in the front where you could put some stuff in there if you needed to do that. The Patagonia one does not, but both of these I brought, and both of these I have worn because they were really nice and warm for those cooler days when we were at port. Next up are the sweaters that I brought. So I did bring this sweater right here from Barefoot Dreams. It's the Dockside Sweater. It is in the Cozy Chic ultralight material. So this I wore with a pair of jeans while I was on board the ship. And then I also have this Barefoot Dreams sweater that's a quarter zip. It's the Cozy Chic light fabrication. So these two I brought, and they were both worn while on the ship. And then I also brought this cowl neck that I was talking about earlier that I wore with those leggings out and about at the ship. So this was really nice and cozy. And then I did layer a vest over top of this, a pink vest over top of that. You will see that whole outfit if you do watch the video of what I wore while in Alaska, the outfits of the day. You'll see that whole complete outfit together. But this was another sweater that I brought, and I did wear it. And then the last sweater I brought was this popcorn style sweater. This is the sweater that I wore with the Spanx leggings one night in the dining room. So this is definitely one that I wore, and it's really nice and warm. You could also wear this with some jeans if you wanted to out in the ports. But those were the sweaters that I brought, and I have worn every single sweater. Okay, so next up we'll just talk about the vest. I did bring one vest. It's in this really pretty light color. Comes from Maurice's, but I really like this because it was nice and lightweight, but would keep your core warm. And I did wear that over that cowl neck sweater that I just showed you, and some leggings. Like I said, guys, if you want to see the complete outfits, please check out the video of what I wore while in Alaska. I will link it down below for you guys, but please check that out because it shows the entire outfits from top to bottom of what I wore out on port and at the dining rooms. So this right here was definitely a must. I think it's great to bring any kind of vest. This is kind of like a puffer vest, but it's not real thick, so it doesn't really add weight to you. It's also great to wear out on the ports and stuff to just keep your core really nice and warm. So I did bring 6 pair of jeans with me. So most of them were the Wit and Wisdom jeans, but I really wanted to get the skinny jeans for the deck boots so they could just fit right in the deck boots. So I wore some straight leg jeans and some skinny jeans in different washed colors because I wanted to wear a few of them 2 different nights, but I ended up with 6. I originally wanted to just bring 5, but I ended up with 6 pair of jeans. I've worn all 6 of them, and one of them I've had to wear twice. So definitely jeans. This was my go-to for the ports. And then I did only bring 1 t-shirt. It was for my layering piece. So this one I brought, it's from Barefoot Dreams. It's the Malibu collection because it's really nice and soft. I brought the one that I have in black just because it could go under all of my quarter zips, my sweatshirts, my sweaters if I needed to shed that top layer out in port. So I did bring 1 t-shirt, and it's in a black color so it could be used more than one time. I did actually only wear this twice under 2 of my quarter zips because it was a little bit cooler on those days. So definitely a t-shirt. Definitely a neutral color is great to pack. And then I brought 2 polar fleece quarter zips. this one in this gray color and then also this hot pink color. Both of these come from Amazon and are super affordable, but they are really nice and warm, and they also have pockets if you need to pack anything in these pockets. So both of these I have definitely worn, and I wore these when we were out and about at the port, so definitely kept me warm. And this is another reason to wear some kind of t-shirt underneath these so you can layer in case it does get hot, because we actually did the hike to Nugget Falls right by the Mendenhall Glacier at Juneau, and it got so hot while we were there, but luckily I had my backpack, so I was able to shed this top layer and put it in my backpack for a little bit of coolness because it did get really hot while we were walking. So these two fleece pullovers were definitely a must for Alaska. So let's go ahead and move on to jackets now. I brought 3 jackets with me. This Patagonia one, it's that sweater jacket material. It is super warm and comfortable, and I did find a couple of occasions to wear this one, but then it did get hot while we were out at port, so I ended up putting it in my backpack because I did get a little bit warm with it, because this was so nice and comfortable and warm. See, it didn't have a hood on it, so it's not waterproof or anything like that. So on one of your days where you don't have to worry about the rain, this is a perfect little small lightweight jacket to wear, but will really keep you nice and warm. And I did wear this on a couple of occasions. And then the next jacket that I want to mention is this one from Columbia. This really great waterproof jacket. It's packable and it packs within itself, so it packs in one of the pockets here, so you don't have to worry about another pouch. But I think this one's great because it doesn't take up much space in your luggage if you pack it. And then also it is really nice and lightweight, so if it is a warmer day out in port, you can still have a nice lightweight jacket. And then the last jacket I brought was this one. This is also a Columbia jacket. It's one that has the reflective material on the inside. It's the Omni Heat. This is definitely a must. I am so glad that I brought this with me. The hood has this really nice, like almost like a faux fur finish on the inside, so it's really nice, and it does keep the wind off of you. But this whatever technology this is keeps you warm. So I did wear this the very first day, and I think the third day, there was some really cool days I did wear this. So I have worn this a couple of times. I've had to wear my rain jacket because it did rain in Ketchikan. This is the only time I wore that one. And then the Patagonia one, there was some little bit of warmer days, so I definitely wore those instead of this one. But all 3 jackets that I brought were worn, so I don't feel like I packed way too much. I probably could have bypassed the lightweight rain jacket, but it's packable, doesn't take up much space, it is very lightweight. I could have probably passed at the Patagonia one, but this one would have been too warm on some of the days. So all 3 jackets, different materials, different kind of weights, and that would accommodate different kind of temperatures, because in Alaska it could be 57 one place, it could be 65 the next place, it could be rainy and cold, and then later that day it could turn into a little bit warmer. That's why you always want to kind of wear layers when you're out and about in Alaska. But definitely all 3 of these jackets I did use. And then I also brought this cardigan. This cardigan is from Barefoot Dreams, has a really nice hoodie on it, and it's kind of like a swing style. It is the Cozy Chic ultralight fabrication. So this I actually wore on the plane here and plan to wear on the plane ride back, just because you never know about the airports, whether they're going to be warm or cold, or the airplanes are going to be warm or cold. So definitely I always carry this with me. So this was used on the way out on the airplane, and then I plan to do it again on the way back. So this is really the only cardigan that I brought, except for that big fluffy, warm, fuzzy cardigan that I showed you earlier in that burgundy color. And then I brought this really warm, like faux Sherpa hoodie. This I got from Walmart, but it's really nice and warm. I have not worn this yet, and probably will not wear this because, like I say, this is the last day we are packing up everything. So this one has not been worn, but definitely this would be a good thing to bring. I just had so many other things that I brought that I wore instead, because it's really nice and warm. And again, you can layer a t-shirt underneath this to shed this top layer if it does get a little bit warm for you. So this I definitely think could have been useful. I just ran out of days to be able to wear them. So then I brought 2 dress shirts to wear for dinner if I didn't feel like wearing a dress that day. So this is one of them. This is really pretty bright color, and it is like just a loose flowy top. I wore this with some black pants to dinner, and then this top I also brought as well, this really pretty red top. It does have some sheer sleeves, but I also wore it with the black pants. So I had 1 pair of black pants that I brought. They're pull-on style from Express. I brought those to wear with these 2, so I was able to wear these each of these one day in the dining room with the same pair of black pants. So I did just bring one pair of dress pants, but then I brought a couple of shirts that I could interchange with those. And then the black pumps, of course, finished off that look. And then I brought 3 dresses for the dining room. So Norwegian doesn't really have a formal night. They have a dress up if you want to night. So they're not real formal. I've been on some Carnival and some Royal Caribbean and some Princess cruises and also some other Norwegian cruises. But Norwegian is probably the most laid back that I've been. Princess being the most formal. I mean, they really went out of their way on their formal nights. But Norwegian, there was probably about 10% wearing some formal dresses or any dresses of any kind. Most of the people in the dining room are wearing jeans, and whatever they wore out to port, they're just coming in and wearing the same thing and not getting changed. But I kind of just like to dress up just a little bit to go to dinner. So that's why I had the dress pants, the black dress pants that I interchanged with 2 different tops. And then I also had 3 dresses that I wore. This is one of them. It has a mock neck and it's a sweater material. It's got a great length to it. That's one of the ones I packed for the dining room. And then I also have this red one. This I actually wore to the formal day just because this was about the most formal that I brought. Has this little ruffle detail. It comes from Amazon and it comes in a lot of other colors, but I really liked the red. And this I actually wore with the jacket that I showed you earlier, that black jacket that had the little peplum detail to it. I wore it over this for the dining area. And then the last dress is this blue one. It's this eyelet material and it's got this really nice banding right here. So this is a great length. It is sleeveless though. So I did again wear that same black jacket that I showed you earlier to the dining room. So this was another dress that I wore. So I brought 3 dresses and then 2 tops to wear with black pants to the dining room. And then I also have this really cool Barefoot Dreams combination that could be casual, but you can also dress it up, and I'm going to show that to you in just a second. So next up to the dining room, I did wear this Barefoot Dreams. It's kind of like a swing top and it's really long, and then it has these leggings that also go with it. It comes separately. They're not like sold together or anything. And this is the Cozy Chic Ultra Light material, but I just thought just monochromatic look with some black suede heels was such a really nice look. And then I added the black clutch with it for dinner. And even though this is really nice and comfortable and should be considered casual, you can really dress it up with those black heels. So I did wear this to the dining room one night as well. So I think that's all that I brought with me. I also brought the sweater that I have on and then another pair of jeans that I have on, but that's included in the 6 pair of jeans that I did bring. So out of the shoes, I brought 5 pair of shoes. I wore all 4 pair. The one pair I didn't wear were those pillow sandals, just because it was a little bit too cool to even wear out on the balcony. And then as far as the handbags, I brought one backpack for short excursions. I brought the belt bag for out and about at the ship or also on the ports. And then I brought the crossbody, which was great to wear if I was not wearing the belt bag or the backpack. And then the clutch was perfect for the dining room. So out of all of the handbags that I brought, I did use every single handbag. And then most of the clothes, like I said, I brought 6 pair of jeans, but I did have to wear a couple of pairs twice. If you count the embarkation day and when you get off the ship, I did have to wear 2 pair twice. But you could really, if you do the different washes, then you can definitely get by with getting more mileage out of your jeans. I just brought 6 just in case I got in a little bit of mud or things because it rained so much in Alaska. I didn't want to have to wear that one over again. So definitely jeans was worn. All of them were worn. And the sweaters, they were all worn. That vest was worn as well. The dress tops, the dress shoes, the dress pants, and then all the jackets that I brought, all 3 jackets were definitely used as well. There was only one hoodie sweatshirt that I didn't get a chance to wear, and that's just because we ran out of time. Other than that, everything that I packed, I did wear. So I hope this video is helpful to anybody that is planning an Alaska cruise, and I hope this helps you to better understand what kind of weather you'll be having and what you actually need to bring and take out to port. So there's not anything that I wish that I had packed that I didn't. I've been on several Alaska cruises before, and I've actually flown into Anchorage for a couple of trips as well on our own, not doing a cruise ship. And so I kind of knew what to expect from the weather. You always should expect going into port that it's going to be raining because that's usually what happens. We just got really lucky with some really good weather. It did not rain on us at all until we got to Ketchikan, and it only rained for like an hour, and then the sun came out. So everywhere we went, people were talking about how great the weather was, that we got some really good weather. So always anticipate that it's going to be cold and rainy. That's why you want to do those layers. And I think a packable backpack is just really essential because you can take all the things that you need when you're at port in that backpack. And when you're done with it and need to pack it to go back home, then you can pack that up in a little smaller area, and you don't take up a lot of space with a big bulky backpack. So I hope that this has been helpful and gave you a few tips for anybody that is trying to go on an Alaska cruise and just really needs to know what to pack. I just thought it would be very useful to show you while I was on the ship before I got packed what I actually packed and then what I actually wore, because there's plenty of packing videos out there, and we can say you need all kinds of stuff. Like bug spray is something that you hear all the time that you need to bring. I didn't encounter any bugs at all. This will be my 5th time coming to Alaska, and I have never encountered any kind of bugs. But I don't come in July. I've never come in July. My favorite time to come is the early June, late May, or in late August. So I never come in July. It seems to be the most touristy, and it's a better chance of getting to see whales breach and things, but then it's also really high time for mosquitoes. So I did not bring bug spray because I've never encountered any bug problems before, but that is something that some people do tend to say that you need. And like I say, if you travel in July, I'm pretty sure you will encounter a lot of mosquitoes, so that might be a must for you. So I hope this was really helpful, and I also hope to see you in my next video. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day.